Plaintiff Dana Benjamin has known the defendant for 20 years, and she's always helping him get out of trouble with women. Dana says the defendant even tried to get with her and tried to entice her with naked pictures of himself. She's suing him today for the balance due on a car and emotional distress. Defendant Sean Stapati says when he met Dana, she was a stripper working at a nightclub. Sean admits that he likes the ladies and often sends naked pictures of himself to women, but he only has a 30% success rate. Sean says Dana is suing for more than he owes.
Start with you.
I've known Sean for almost 20 years. I met him when he was getting beat up by some of his colleagues. When he was being beat up? Yes, sir.
You rescued him, or?
Well, he was in a back room, and it happened several times, but I was there.
What did you do?
I felt bad for him, but I didn't do anything.
You said good luck? You didn't call the police?
No, sir.
All right, so go ahead. You met him then, and what else?
And over the next 20 years, we became friends, I thought. I picked him up for church on a couple of occasions. Our children have played together. I've helped him out of situations. And
what does that mean?
Just help him clean up messes. He seems to get into a lot of messes, so I try to help him out with women. He's a player, and he thinks he's a player, but he's really not. So.
But he's really not.
No.
He thinks he is.
Yeah, he made the moves on me, but he can't. Yeah.
He tried to make the moves, or he successfully?
He sent nude pictures of himself and telling me that, this could all be yours and whatnot, and no thank you.
And so was it women beating him up in the other room? And you tell him that's why you got beat up. Your side, sir, give me some background, then we'll get into the lawsuit regarding the car.
Well, Your Honor, I met Dana around 1997. She was a stripper working at a nightclub with a female friend that I was living with at the time. Shortly after I met Dana, I moved out of town and came back about 8 years later. And in the process of this, I saw her at like Walmart or somewhere, and we exchanged numbers. I called her. We went to go do smoking and drinking. Ended up back at her trailer home. We did get into some sexual type things. We didn't actually have sexual. What do you mean by type? Rubbing, touching.
Grinding?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. That's
kind of teenager, isn't it?
Yeah. So after that, me and Dana, we kind of drifted apart as friends.
How about those pictures you sent her?
Oh, I sent those pictures to all the girls. They all get them.
How does that work out for you?
Well, usually I meet a girl. If she gives me her phone number, I send her a text message with a naked picture of myself, let her know this what it is.
I know, but how does that work out for you?
I get about 30%. About 3 out of 10.
Oh. 3 out of 10. You know that's a failing grade. Yeah. You might want to try something different. Go ahead. Yeah. All right. So why are you suing him today?
In my trailer that I own, because you got thrown out of your trailer, right, with your babies. The trailer that I own, Your Honor, as a single woman with 2 children and never had child support or help from anyone, as a stripper, which you're a liar because I'm not a stripper.
Or
but that's fine if you want to.
Whatever he's talking
take it
about
there.
That happened
anyway,
years
the trailer,
ago, ma'am.
The trailer that I own, I was told that I had too many vehicles. I have a couple of vehicles there. And I had a 1978 Chevrolet El Camino. And he said, you can park it at my house if you want to. So I moved it and parked it at his home. It was there maybe 6 months. The Saturday prior to Father's Day, my daughter who's in the Navy, Jasmine, as well as Joy, we were going for a sack lunch, and on the way up to a mountain area, we had to drive past his home. I said, okay, well, let me just make sure my car's there. I've driven by several times and it has been there, and it wasn't. I parked immediately, went inside. He wasn't there. His woman was. I asked her where my car was, and she said he sold it. I said, well, get him on the phone. She called him. He answers right away. I asked him where my car was. He said he sold it to a couple of gentlemen. An hour or two passed by. He said he'd get my car, tried to call him again. Don't call me no more. See, I hate women like you. You're always about money. I don't have any money. I don't have your car. Do whatever you got to do and blah, blah. So I notified the police. They went to his home and they wanted to arrest him.
You haven't gotten your car back?
No.
And you're suing him for $2,000. Why? You say the balance due. Was there an agreement for him to pay you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what was that agreement?
The agreement was $2,000.
All right, sir, let me hear from you.
Okay. Basically, she did give me a call and she let me know that she couldn't have that vehicle parked at her unit anymore. So she's storing it in my house there for about 6 months, 8 months. I get into a car accident and I have a settlement. She says, why don't you just give me $1,000 when you get your settlement? I said, okay, fine.
That was the agreement on the cost of the car?
Yes.
All right, what happened after that?
$1,000 from
Okay, so what happened after that? You made an agreement for $1,000.
That I would give her $1,000 as soon as I got my settlement money. I hadn't given her anything yet.
You still haven't?
No, I've given her $1,070.
That's what I want to know.
So
how
far.
much have you given her?
I've given her $1,070 so far.
So you've paid her more?
Yes, I have.
Why?
Because she's been blackmailing me. She sent the police to my house.
For what? About what?
She said that for a violation of probation, for vehicle theft charges, terrorist threats.
When the police came, why didn't you tell them not only have I paid her $1,000, I've paid her $1,070. I've paid her more.
Okay,
why didn't you do that?
Your Honor, at the time when the police came, I had not given her any payments yet. When they came, they gave me 3 days to straighten it out with her.
Sir. After you paid $1,070, what has happened since then?
Since then, nothing has happened. She's tried to get more money out of me.
Okay, so she's lying about what part?
She's lying about the money that I gave her. She's saying that I only gave her $800. I have a receipt right here that says I gave her $1,070.
Okay, and did you show her the receipt?
She signed the receipt.
Okay, let's see it. And what emotional distress are you suing him for?
Your Honor, when I initially went to his home to ask about my vehicle, I took both of my daughters with me. I have a daughter, Jasmine. She's in the Navy, as well as Joy. He was in his bedroom. I went and tried to talk to him in his bedroom, and he cursed me out. He called me several different names. He threatened me, threatened my kids. We had to run out of there.
Never threatened.
And then
you had to run out?
Yes.
I never threatened.
And then he showed up at my home with some other lady, and they were banging on my windows and doors. My daughter and I had to run and hide in the closet.
Come on up, young lady. State your name.
Right here, sweetie.
State your name.
My name is Joy McCurry.
Tell me about what happened.
We went to his house and we went in his room. My mom said, "Why did you sell my car?" And he said, because he had a 30-day eviction notice. And she said, "Well, Sean, I need some money." And he said, "Well, you need to get the F up out of here before I start breaking things." And I was terrorized. The next day, he came to our house and he was banging on our doors and our windows. And me and my mom turned off.
Saying what?
He was just yelling for us, "Dana, get out here, I need to tell you something." And I was scared, and he was banging on the doors and windows. So we went and we hid in the closet, and then we got out after he left.
Did you call the police, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you have the police report where you called about him coming to your home and banging on the house so much so that you had to go into the closet? Do you have that?
No, sir, I don't have that.
Okay, so you weren't that threatened?
I did call.
No.
I did call, and they said if...
And they said what?
They said if you want him arrested, we'll go arrest him.
Okay, and what did you tell them?
And he's going to go to jail.
What did you tell them when they said, "Do you want him arrested?"
I said yes.
Okay, and did they?
No, sir.
Okay, why?
He begged them not to arrest him, and then he called me, and then the police called me.
That's not how it goes. I'm not going to accept that as emotional distress. And I'm reading this, what you gave me, the evidence that you gave me. It says that you paid $1,070. Both of you signed this, and it says you have a balance of $430. Sir, I'm not listening anymore.
Your Honor.
The balance is $430, ma'am.
Okay.
That's what you signed as well.
Your Honor.
So I have to go with what is in writing. $430, that's what's in writing. I don't know what you all are confused about. Have a good day.
Okay, miss, you
That's his trash. 430. I got you. Got you. Your mama's a. You're poor. You ride the bus. You ride the bus.
Listen,
that's why you're homeless.
I don't ride the
you
bus.
and your family. That's why you're homeless.
You ain't gonna be.
I always
crazy
will be.
disability check.
I always will be.
Go home and be crazy. Don't call me
I'm not
for
the one
nothing.
with tattoos on my face.
Don't ever
You
call
are.
me for anything.
You are, and how dare you? How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Let the truth endure forever, and your lying tongue, a wrap.